Module 3. Research and Technological Transfer in Footwear Manufacturing. Unit 4 Entrepreneurship and Business Planning. This presentation will show you how to elaborate a business plan. It is structured in the following sections: defining the concepts, entrepreneurship and entrepreneur. Importance of business planning. The business plan and its content. The importance of the entrepreneurial process is very high in terms of its effects on the economy. In countries where entrepreneurial phenomenon is strong, the citizens' welfare is greater. The importance of the entrepreneurial process is very high in terms of its effects on the economy. In countries where entrepreneurial phenomenon is strong, the citizens' welfare is greater. The persons who manage economic activities could be an individual businessman or a corporate entrepreneur. Business capabilities requires the differentiation between the functions of entrepreneur, manager and capitalist, although in many cases, the same person may perform all three. Entrepreneurship, the entrepreneurial function, can be defined as the process to discover opportunities, and subsequent the creation of new economic activity, mostly by creating a new company. The entrepreneurial function implies the discover new products, services or production processes, also aims to identify new strategies, new organizational architectures and new markets that did not previously exist. Entrepreneurship is a source of innovation and change, and therefore stimulates productivity and economic competitiveness. Entrepreneurship is about a new factor in production. Discover and exploit opportunities or company's creation. Creation, risk-taking, renewal inside or outside an existing organization. Combine innovation, risk and proactiveness. Entrepreneur is the name given to the 1. Owner or 2. The manager of a company. Webster's Third New International Dictionary, 1961, described the entrepreneur as being that person who owns, organizes, leads and takes the risk of doing business. Other definitions you may like more. The entrepreneur is someone who creates a new business. The entrepreneur is the agent who buys production factors to combine them into products in order to sell it on the market, in the conditions in which the expenses are known and the incomes is uncertain. The entrepreneur must possess judgment, perseverance, as well as an understanding of the world and business. The entrepreneur is the person who makes a new product or a new production process, through a new combination of production factors, essentially through innovation. The entrepreneur is a supplier of financial capital. The entrepreneur is an innovator. The entrepreneur is a decision maker. The entrepreneur is an organizer or coordinator of economic resources. The entrepreneur is a proprietor of an enterprise. The entrepreneur is the person who allocates resources to alternative uses. The artisan entrepreneur, in general, is young and he creates his business without experience, especially in management, but in returns possesses technical skills. Speculative opportunistic entrepreneur, in general older than the first one and more experienced in terms of management, he initiates and develops his business on innovation basis, using his own capital and also a solid external support. The professional entrepreneur is operating primarily in the technical or informatics domain. He is first interested in the manufacturing conditions regarding the product or service. The manager entrepreneur focuses on resource management issues. The commercial entrepreneur is particularly interested in manufacturing and management issues. A successful entrepreneur should have the following qualities and abilities: desire to achieve, self-control, resistance to difficulties, responsibility. Other success qualities associated to entrepreneur are communication capacity, assume the calculated average risk, adaptability, insistence, organization capacity. Many entrepreneurs believe that business plans serve to open a business, get a loan or attract investors. But this is only one of the purposes of this document. The business plan also has the task of forecasting the company's progress, establishing needs for resource allocation, emphasizing key points, and providing solutions for issues and opportunities. First, it is necessary to establish the purpose of the plan. A good business plan takes into account all important aspects of the business, sets out concrete tasks for employees and departments, as well as the final implementation deadlines, is practical, including several implementation paths for each strategy, is well structured, with a number of landmarks that serve as a measure of innovation and total corporate performance. If the company exceeds or does not reach these landmarks, then it will need to adjust the goals or change strategies to respond to market realities. The business plan is important because it determines management to analyze the following: the business idea, objectives, management team, the product/the service, marketing strategy, competitors, resources and facilities, long and short-term capital need. Preparing the business plan is an organized and logical way to present all the important business aspects. Business planning is a repetitive process of identifying, collecting, analyzing and interpreting related information business activity in order to define its mission, objectives, strategies and action plans for a determined period. The logical consequence of the activities related to the business plan is as follows: planning, action, evaluation, planning. This pyramid structure, above figure, can apply to any type of planning, business, marketing, production and operations, human or financial accounting. If it is understood and applied, the company will work optimally. The business plan must contain results and ways to improve the company's business. Business plan structure typically includes external analysis regarding the current situation and future trends, current situation description, portfolio analysis, product market scheme for the current situation, demand and needs analysis regarding the consumers and how they meet the business, market trends, competitors analysis, other environmental analysis, company's internal resources, description and analysis of the current situation. Resources and utilities, resources for research and development, suppliers, marketing resources and marketing mix policy, human resources and organization, capital resources, financial accounting and management systems. Future strategy formulation, differentiation strategy or cost strategy, development and growth strategy, sales growth strategy, market development strategy, product development strategy, differentiation strategy, and so on. Based on the studies mentioned above and on the strategies developed, the SWOT analysis will be carried out, which will reflect the strengths and weaknesses of internal resources, market opportunities and threats, company external environment. The financial projections that will reflect 1. Financial reports analysis for the past year, if applicable. 2. Budget balance sheet, financial results and financial resources for the coming years. When drawing up the business plan, it is important to keep in mind the following: 1. The business plan does not have a strictly determined structure. 2. Depending on the situation and the specific purposes, some chapters may be inserted or omitted. 3. Concrete calculations forms are attached to the business plan, which confirms its reality. The business plan and its content, title sheet, contents, chapters. 1. Summary, short introduction. 2. Company description, business. 3. Managerial team, company management. 4. Presentation of product, S. Service, S. 5. Market analysis. 6. Objectives. 7. Company, business strategy and implementation methods. 8. Financial information. 9. Risks. 10. Annexes and other documents. Title sheet is the cover of the business plan, and in general, it contains the following information: company name, legal address, contact information, telephone, fax, email address, web page, general manager name, business plan elaboration date. Content: the table of contents includes the names of the business plan elements, indicating the pages, in order to simplify the examination of the plan by the interested persons. 1. Executive summary. This section is of particular importance, summing up and highlighting the key points of the business plan. It is recommended that generalization should be as simple and concise as possible. The executive summary contains the essential elements such as a short description of the business, a brief description of the product/service, a brief description of the market segment, a brief presentation of the management team, a summary of financial forecasts, the overall objectives and the strategy for achieving them. 2. vision, mission, goals, strategy. The business idea describes the basis of the company's existence. The mission should describe the requirements of the external environment and answer the question, why are we in this business? It should reveal the basic direction of the company. Its content must reflect the possibility of meeting consumer needs and even attracting new consumers. Objectives define the company's activities. Since goals are the most important means of directing the company, it is important that they are realistic. For these reasons, objectives must be measurable, time-based and prioritized. To define the notion of strategy, it is necessary to respond in the plan to the following questions. 3. Business description, history, management, human resources, current activity. Business history. Presenting your business history is of great importance for the understanding of the business itself, of its field of activity. Business management. Every business is born through the will of a person, persons, then develops and functions. This chapter is of particular importance in the business plan, is used to attract outside partners. Any business, small or large, performs certain functions: 1. Commercial, 2. Production, 3. Financial, 4. Personnel. The management team has the decisive role in successfully accomplishing these functions. 3. Business description, history, management, human resources, current activity. Business history. Presenting your business history is of great importance for the understanding of the business itself, of its field of activity. Business management. Every business is born through the will of a person, persons, then develops and functions. This chapter is of particular importance in the business plan, is used to attract outside partners. Any business, small or large, performs certain functions: 1. Commercial, 2. Production, 3. Financial, 4. Personnel. The management team has the decisive role in successfully accomplishing these functions. 3. Business description. Current activity. This section should describe the following: 1. Potential or existing location of the business. 2. The advantages offered by the potential or existing location. 3. The advantages regarding the production facilities. 4. Market changes and its influence on location. 5. Site-related expenses, spending budget. 6. Work schedule. 7. Business success elements. 8. Business development prospects. The technological process will be described in detail or succinctly, depending on the purpose and type of the business plan. The production process description will include the basic steps, the associated time, the fixed assets used, the production flow organization, the quality control procedures, and so on. Particular attention will be paid to quality control procedures for inputs and outputs of the technological process. Business description. Current business expenses will include material consumption, energy consumption, labor cost consumption, indirect consumption, general and administrative expenses, commercial expenses. 4. Market analysis. This section on market analysis, from the business plan, must answer to the following questions: Who are the main customers? What can cause them to buy the product or service? How often do they usually buy? How much money do they usually spend? What features are they interested in? What price are they willing to pay? Why would they buy the company's products, services? How can the market be segmented? How is the potential market geographically divided? What is the potential market volume? Is there an action plan to attract customers? 5. Competitors. This section on competitors, from the business plan, must answer to the following questions: Who are the main competitors? What products, services, quality do they have? What reputation do they have? Do they have loyal customers? What selling force do they have? How big is their market segment? What pricing strategies do they apply? What communication, advertising strategies do they have? How do they distribute their products, services? What are their advantages, fixed assets, managers, quality of products, services, wide range of products, services, and so on. The answers to previous questions will help identify the target market for the offered products/services. 6. Marketing policies. In order to achieve its goals, the business needs to develop appropriate marketing policies. Through the marketing mix, the company acts on the market to achieve strategic goals. Marketing mix policies include product, price, distribution and promotion for a period of n years. 7. Financial forecasts. The complexity of financial forecasts is directly dependent on the complexity of the business. Developing financial forecasts does not raise issues if the following are well understood. The purpose of each financial instrument used, how it is developed, how it can be used in business leadership. It is necessary to point out that the profit and loss analysis shows whether the business is viable, profitable. Likewise, the most important issue that the entrepreneur has to consider is the cash flow situation. 8. Risk management/analysis. Many business decisions are based on a probabilistic estimation of the future. Making a decision based on estimation, presumptions, expectations, forecasts, future events forecasts, involves a risk level, sometimes quite difficult to define and, in most cases, impossible to measure with precision. Types of risks: market risk, price risk, credit risk, pure risk, inherent risk, various risk, firm-specific risk, idiosyncratic risk or non-systematic risk, financial risk or risk associated with funding policy. 9. Action plan. The action plan is a method of business analysis and decision-making in order to improve. Its use makes the business plan a real plan with specific and measurable activities. A properly prepared action plan must contain the following: 1. The name of the business actions, 2. The planned period for the actions, 3. Responsible persons, 4. The budget for each action, 5. As well as the expected effect from each action's implementation. 10. Review the business plan. The business plan must be reviewed periodically. Following the SWOT analysis, it will be updated and adjusted to current needs.